Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of Ep31 as Argentina. In previous episode we managed to get the radio production going and now we don't have the notification up there anymore, reminding of us that we are losing still quite a bit of money thanks to the tax cut that we had to do trying to pass the proportional taxation law, which will eventually give us a whole lot more money, but right now it's not really helping. Of course, a big problem is that we have very low legitimacy on our government right now, so it's not really going all that well. I think once we pass this law, we might try to set up some sort of other government in power. Maybe. We also seem to be having quite a bit of a lack of convoys right now. Now, we are going to be building some more ports after the barracks that we are starting to build now. Oh, and we got the French flu spread. Oh dear. When will this plague end? Complete if all Argentinian states do not have the flu pandemic mortality. Ah, right, so there's already a few places where the flu is in there. So as soon as those modifiers end, I don't know if that is something that we can see in... There was Santa Fe, was it? No, hold on a minute. Oh, there we are. 200% mortality. Oh. So it just expires after a while. It could spread further, I guess. I don't think I've actually run into this event before. Oh, good to know, good to know. Well, at least the GDP is still growing. I'm already 67.7. Except the flu spreads again. So now we got another area. So did we have... No, we don't have it in our capital yet, at least. Although that's probably just a matter of time. But we are getting the artificial silk production very shortly. And after that, I don't know what is going to start spreading in the production. I mean, there's 5 options. So in that case, we don't actually need to focus on the... Well, maybe it wouldn't hurt to give a bit of a boost. Unlike at least one of them. But we might want to go for a lot more on the military side of things. There's still a lot of techs there. And there's not... Well, there's quite a few techs in the society stuff as well. Not really as many as one might assume. Oh, there we go. All discovered in Ivory Coast. It looks like the deficit is now slowly starting to reduce. We've got over 8 million... Oh, there we go. All discovered in Antigua. Oh, and the French flu spreads to Buenos Aires. Oh, dear. Well, the population might be taking a bit of a hit. Oh, artificial silk unlocked. So now, let's go ahead and get the synthetics plant. Put on the rayon production. And that silk production in here is going to be perfect for reducing the local price, at least. For silk. And also, maybe we can get a little bit better income from elsewhere as well over time. I'm not going to start building another level for it quite yet. Ooh, flash spreading. Okay, so we could get that one. It would help with the whaling station, fishing wharf, and livestock ranches. I guess we'll get that, and then after that we'll focus on the society and military. Come on, proportional taxation. Please get forward. You've got 74% chance of passing. Well, going... Oh, there we go. Now we progress to study. About time. There we go. 17.3 standard of living. That's pretty decent. 66.9 million GDP. So that's actually gone down a little bit. Probably because the mortality is... Or the flu is around here. And spreads to Tucumán. Alright then. Not looking good. But over time, I'm sure that it will expire. It's just going to take a while. I do kind of assume that if we were to get the better health system, that might help. In at least reducing the impacts. So I don't think we're going to actually do that. So it is already August of 25. So with Chile, we got no truce anymore. We could go for the return state. Despite the flu and all that, I think we are going to go for the return state. See if they accept it or not. Oh no, they don't. Alright, who's leaning where? I could potentially get Colombia, our ally, into the war. No one's leaning anywhere yet. I'm going to go ahead and slow down a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and take the... I guess we'll mobilize the second army first. Let's get it to the front line. We've got the numbers advantage for sure. Also, I suppose the fleet, well, actually, we are going to be building the naval bases, yeah, so we won't necessarily want to use the fleet quite yet. We did get all the barracks built, at least, so that's good. So we have a look at the front line. They've got a bit of troops. Their defense isn't all that great. Our attack is actually higher than their defense, so we can basically break through their ranks, hopefully fairly swiftly. But the fact that we've got one army active already is starting to be quite expensive. Now, to be fair, I haven't had a look at the mobilization tab for a little while. We could get the motorized reconnaissance, but that's going to require automobiles. I don't think we can quite afford that. The medical support Oh, right, we can choose one of these. The field hospitals would require some opium, which in the British market is quite plentiful, admittedly. But they are fearful. They haven't invited anyone in yet. If they don't do that, you know what? Let's go ahead and put in the war goal for Conquer State, Los Rios. It's going to still keep the infamy relatively low. And we'll get a little bit more land from them. And I think we might put in Santiago right at the end there as well. Although there is still a chance that someone will join in if we push more war goals. But right now, it doesn't seem like anyone's really interested in taking part in this, which would be good for us. So if we were to annex them entirely, I think we're going to get a pretty decent increase on the GDP, prestige. I don't know about the leisure rate, actually. That would go down. That's a 2.5 million population as well, which, to be fair, are not going to be incorporated. So that will not increase the amount of population, or the population for the population of America's institution thing, or the event. Oh, French flu spreads even further. But yeah, we got the numbers advantage and the quality advantage over here, so it's probably going to be fairly easy fighting for us. Getting some more convoys, or ports being built, so that's going to be more convoys. We're getting the naval bases underway. And hopefully, the synthetic plant is at least... Well, it's not really making a profit right now. I think I'm going to subsidize that. It's going to cost me a little bit, but that means that we can make sure that this produces as much silk as possible. And then, well, the British market does have a bit of a balance issue of it. At least we can start maybe reducing the trade for it and start producing it locally. So we'll get the profit from that rather than the people producing it elsewhere, like in China and all that. Right, so we've managed to reduce the infamy a little bit. I think... It's going to be tricky. We're going to go ahead and push in the Conquer State Santiago. That's going to be 25 infamy. That does make it a bit infamous. But doesn't mean that anyone will necessarily join. They might join, mind you, but it's not guaranteed. But this way we can just go ahead and conquer all of Chile. And that way we'll have a bit more land to use. And during this war, I believe, the tax cut will expire in 7 months. The French flu spreads to Mendoza. Alright then. It just keeps on spreading. The flotilla is increasing in size. Oh, we need a lot more convoys. What are we trading in such a huge amount that is taking all our convoys? It's the export of dyes. That's the big one. And then, of course, importing oil and all that. I think we're actually going to go ahead and get rid of one of these import of silk. Let's save us a bit of convoys. And it means that the silk that we produce, synthetic silk, mind you, is going to be a little bit more profitable. It might not have a huge impact, mind you. But I'm hoping that it will at least make it somewhat worthwhile. So no one else joined in on this, by the looks of it. So we'll have a fairly swift war. And while they are probably activating some of the conscripts, maybe not that much, actually. But yeah, no, this is a guaranteed one-on-one. In which case, we are going to be emerging victorious off of this. So let's go ahead and go to speed 4. I don't think we need to worry about it too much right now. That's sort of, and we're getting the building or construction work mostly done. That means that we are spending a lot less, or a little bit less money on construction work. And of course, once the tax cut is sorted, that will give us oh wow, we're spending a whole lot of money on subsidies. What are we spending the subsidies on? Urban Centre, oh, right. Oh, actually I know, it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, we can stop that. And that's suddenly saving us 60,000 a year. I probably should have looked at that earlier. But there we go. We don't have any combats yet, but we will have some soon. More oil discovered in India. That's the first battle. That's 60 versus 32 battalions. So that's the entire army that we have in here. But... oh, there we go. Low progress voting. So we might get the tax increase as well soon. Plus the savings from the event. So there we go. So this is going to be pretty decent. I don't know. We'll probably get a decent bit of military from them as well. Oh, there's another battle there. This is going to be a loss, unfortunately, because most of our troops were in that one combat in here. Oh, the French flu spreads again to Baja Baragua. Didn't it already go there? I think it did. I do actually wonder if we take a look at the front. Are they attacking, or is it us attacking only? I think it's only us attacking. And we're taking pretty hefty casualties in some of these combats. Once we win this big battle, that will allow us to start spreading or pushing a lot faster. And then we'll have, of course, a lot more troops to push into these other combats. Because right now it's like 1 or 2 battalions in a combat right now while that big battle was going on. I don't think we actually gained much land in that initial fighting yet, because we've lost so many of the other battles. I'm hoping that we inflicted a lot of casualties. We have a look at the troops. Oh yeah, we've got a massive manpower advantage, and there's a huge battle again going on in here, in which we are, of course, inflicting massive casualties on the enemy side. Now, to be fair, I suppose most of our troops are in the same battle there, so I don't know if there's going to be another combat starting. There might actually be. Oh yeah, there's another one. One of the battalions got pushed out of the combat and then immediately started another one. Now, that being said, the enemy numbers on those battles are fairly small. I could potentially just activate the second army and get in here to have that, like, help with defending, or well, I suppose there's not really need for defending, is there? Oh, the NTO training is almost done. What does that actually give? I know that it gives us the squad infantry. Oh, and NTO incorporation production method. And then squad infantry, yeah, that's about it. Well, that could be quite handy. Actually, let's have a look. Just out of curiosity. So if the trench infantry has 30 offensive supported defense, squad infantry's got 10 increase in both and less morale loss. It does require a bit more ammunition and radios, but radios we do produce, so we could probably after this war switch to those. And then maybe we can use those troops to fight the Brazilians if need be. Okay, that's going to be a big victory over there, but there's going to be another loss over here. Although, well, it is going to be a loss, but it's... Well, actually, is it going to be a loss with the... No, well, maybe. It's going a bit back and forth there. Oh, there's the NGO trading. So can I actually go ahead and switch that already? We can. There's a lot of oil being discovered in the British market. That's good news, of course. Oh, that's another big battle. Oh, wow. They got 27 battalions at the start and only 5,500 men. Yeah, no, this is going to be a rather quick combat then. Oh, there we go. We managed to actually conquer some land here. Now we've got another... Oh, right, that's a big combat in there. There's another smaller combat in here, which we are losing. Although we started with less men, and we did manage to inflict a lot of casualties. And more French flu spreads. Ruler reports creating anti-war sentiment. Do we still have the... Oh, 10 more weeks the income tax rate is reduced. And we might get the proportional taxation next time around. Or on the next roll on the law. So, that is going to be another massive victory there. Is this going to be another... Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got 2 battles where we're going to get victories. So, there's probably going to be a lot more progress on this fighting then. The enemy's not quite ready to take the peace deal yet. By any means. But the war support is going down rapidly. We lost a little bit of war support, but it's nothing compared to what they have. So, in the north, we've at least taken a bit more areas. And now we're taking more in the middle. And the French flu spreads to Corrientes again. So it keeps on spreading back and forth in here, I reckon. Oh well. I'm sure that after the war we'll have a bit more time to maybe get that down. It's going to be another victory there and another victory over there. So with the 2 battles that we got going, we've got the numbers advantage and, of course, the troop quality is much better on our side. So we'll get these 2 combats... Oh, there's the taxation. It's going to take a few moments probably to actually... Oh, there we go. Being effective. Let's have a look if we can't make a better government. Not necessarily. We could maybe get the trade union, so that would be slightly better. Or it would be technically speaking the same, but at least it would still allow us to pass some of the laws. While at the same time, you know, it may be a bit less penalty. I mean, they're still pretty bad penalty. There's actually a lot more radicals now than they are loyalists. Hey, we're making money again. We did manage to get to 12.8 million credit, admittedly, but it's still around 50% of what we could have. So it ain't that bad. There's another 2 combats going. The other one is a lot easier for us, actually. There's not a lot of enemies remaining there. So the northern areas we've mostly conquered. There's still a little bit of that corner, I reckon, that we haven't occupied, and a few spots over here in the coast that we haven't taken. But in this central areas, we've also taken a lot of land. We haven't actually started advancing in the south yet, which is a potential issue. Oil explosion. You know what? We'll go out and increase the trade union's interest group right now, just to get them to be a bit more powerful. So if we want to pass some of the laws that would benefit... Oh, there we go. Now we're getting the money. 84,000 per week. Yeah. Bye-bye debt. Looks like we've conquered the... Yeah, we conquered pretty much the entire capital state of theirs. So now we're starting pushing further and further south, and the flu spreads to Patagonia again. I think it is the 2nd or 3rd time there. That's yet another victory. So now it's just mostly fighting in the south. And of course, we've got the advantage in this. Making pretty good profit. The population... It's kind of stalled for the time being. It's actually going down due to the flu. I think we'll mostly recover afterwards. Ooh, there we go. We've got 1,000 prestige now. Oh, are we leading producer in... Oh, we're the leading producer in radios and third largest in electricity. There we go. So getting a decent bit of prestige from those. They're not willing to take the peace deal yet. Capitulation desires minus 100. Yeah, okay. Well, too bad on them. Got another battle. 10 versus, well, now 6 battalions. They had 7 at the beginning. All visibility is a bit hindering us, but I think we... Oh, that's actually really good defense on their side. But they still don't have trench infantry. No, it's mostly skirmish infantry, a little bit even line infantry. So it's not exactly the best of their troops. Oh, but there we go. Now we can just go ahead and get peace. There we are. That's a large Argentina. And now we're going to have a look at the states in here. So urban centers, first of all, we could probably put the gas street lights. We got the gas quite a bit. Do we have any... We got some railways, actually. Put in some passenger carriages. Gold mines, we can... Well, there's actually not that much we can do to reduce the workers needed. We'll put in some capitalists there as well. Which doesn't exactly reduce the workers needed, but it does help us a little bit in other ways. Put in a little bit... Oh, actually, the transportation needs seem to be a bit on the high end. The ports are at least on the modern ports, so that's good. They are the oil rigs. Hold on a minute. Put the combustion engine derricks there. And let's have a look at the other states real quick. So what's there? There's a lot of resource in here, actually. Let's just go ahead and reset the production methods. Especially in, well, probably on all 3, let's be honest. And then we'll have a look at if there's problems in there. We could actually go for the recall mechanisms for the artillery foundries. Let's have a look at that. Same with the small arms, we could go for the bolt action rifles. It might not be much more profitable, but we'll do it regardless. And then recall mechanisms. Arts academies. I suppose we can't go all to film art, so that's okay. Urban centers, there's a lot of things that we could try doing. So did there have any... But there's the whaling. I suppose actually whaling is something that we should probably switch all of them. I haven't had a look at those a while. So refrigerated rail cars. Reduce the workers are required a little bit, and we'll put the public traded there. Refrigerated rail cars for the... Oh, we can't actually get that on all of them. Okay. Well, that's at least a little bit better situation there. Right, well, that's at least a few things switched out there. So I think there might be quite a bit of people now. Oh, yeah, we've got 18.7 million population now. And standard of living did decrease a little bit. Oh, yeah, it's decreasing very rapidly there. But we've got 72.5 million GDP. We're number 9 worldwide now. And of course, now if we have a look at the British market members, we probably make a bit larger. Oh, yeah, we've got 8.6% of the market share. So it didn't really increase all that much. But of course, the standard of the... Oh, Buenos Aires is actually relatively high on the GDP in here. It's not the... Oh. Right, we got a bit of an issue with the market access here right now. That might be a bit of an issue. I wonder actually if it's because of infrastructure levels or if it... Oh, available decision. Pandemic response... Oh. Okay. We'll mandate some health measures such as distancing protection masks. So we can maybe get a little bit of a reduction on the pandemic. Oh, and we've got plenty of... Oh, that's only 5 years to incorporate that. Sure. Also incorporate that one. That's going to be another 5 years. But this one's going to be still at 10 years. Oh, right. We got it to 10 years already. But it's going to be another 10 years. I don't think we'll actually complete that in time. But the other 2 states we can. Now, if we have a look at the populating the Americans, so it did not increase the target population yet, at least. But it might be that if we increase the incorporated state numbers, then that will also go up. We've got 16.2 million now. Unfortunately, the population might not be increasing all that much until we get rid of the pandemic. So currently in research, we're getting the macroeconomics. Then we're getting the free... Oh, what are we getting in the military? Military aviation. Oh, that could be quite handy. Put that in there. Work through some of these military options. And the pandemic spreads. Alright then. At least it's reducing the effects a little bit. We've got 4 million radicals. I mean, to be fair, we've got quite a bit of infamy. I'm hoping that the... Oh, and the loyalists are going down. That's not great. Oh yeah, the GDP dropped drastically, and the standard of living have been going down because of, well, the average at least has gone down because of the areas that we conquered. There's new election season. Okay, so the National Civic Union might be winning, and then Social Democrats might be the second largest. Anarchist Society is not far behind, mind you, but the other two aren't really making much of a difference. But there we go, we're still making £50,000 per week profit, even though we are doing a little bit construction work. We could probably do a bit further than that. Let's have a look at the goods that we need. Is there anything that we could produce? Automobiles, we could maybe start producing a bit more. And more spread on the French flu. So, do we produce any automobiles in here? Not yet. It would require more oil and rubber. A bit less engines. We could switch to the electric engine so we actually get more production total. We could maybe go for the rotary valve engine to reduce the workers needed. Well, there we go, making £70,000 per week. We didn't actually increase the productions or constructions. Oh, there's the macroeconomics. We can get another company. Let's have a look. What are the ones that we would want to have? Are ones that would already have the productivity at least. So the premium forestry is at least one option. That would increase the rubber production a tiny bit. The electronics is also another thing. Oh, that's pretty tempting. You know what? We'll go for that one. We'll just lead on to the electronics production even further. Well, most of the telephones and radios, let's be honest, but still. If we can get even more throughput from here, that's going to be brilliant. Yeah, we get an extra 10% throughput from that already. And we produce 700 telephones in here. So the market is getting a whole lot more telephones now, thanks to us. We're not the biggest producer of telephones, are we? We're third largest. So there we go. And the French flu spreads even further. Ooh, paved roads are spreading. That would be even more land trade capacity, which could be actually quite useful. Conserving some of the convoys that we have. In certain cases anyway, so there's still quite a few research in here. I guess we could put the paved roads there. I'll just focus between the society and military techs. Because while the production stuff, there are still good things in here, like the arc welding and all. Oh, that reminds me, we never actually switched the steel production to electric arc process. So it might not be more profitable right now. We could go for the rotary valve engine maybe. Increase coal production or coal consumption even further, but reduce the amount of workers we need there. Although we've got 333,000 peasants. So Buenos Aires could probably have a bit larger production of everything, really. Is the fishing? No, the fishing isn't really worthwhile. The wheat farms, not really in huge demand either. And the flu spreads to Cordoba. So we wanted to do... Oh, right, we did get a lot of troops from Bolivia, didn't we? Oh, right, we've got 70 already over there, total. We didn't really get that much more, did we? Oh, we got some squad infantry already. Oh, it switched to the most effective at the time. Or available. Okay. What we'll do is we'll go out and get a few more cavalry. So, what was it? 2 extras? So that's going to get us to... No, we need another 2. So that's 10 cavalry. Get another 2 infantry. That should get us to 75 battalions total. And we will go ahead and start upgrading the trench infantry into squad infantry. It'll probably be a bit expensive, mind you, but that will give us a lot better troops. And also, let's have a look at the second army, so we can probably start upgrading these already. Gonna be a lot of radius that we need, but we do produce them ourselves, so it's not all bad. If we have a look at the market, the Russian market is still pretty strong, or like fairly large. But is that is part of Russian market as well? I think it's tricky. Do have infrastructure issues in here? We do actually. There's also a lot of turmoil. Is the railway is no? I suppose that we could put electric trains. If the electricity price isn't too bad, then we might as well use it like that. Blue spreads even further. So that's at least providing us with a little bit extra in here. The power plants, they already coal-fired power plants, so that's good. We do probably pay quite a bit on subsidies, 25,000 per week. That's quite a bit. Government wages are also pretty massive, all things considered. Over here we got the electric street lights already. We could go with the arcades. Oh, we've already built most of the... Oh, no. We haven't built all of the barracks yet, but we are building a lot of barracks right now. And after that, the private sector will probably take over the construction again for a little while. We're building a lot of electric industries. Some in Tucumán, just making radios. And over here we're making a lot of other things. So what are we missing? Oil. Lots and lots of oil. Which we didn't capture. And, oh, is the gold mine over here? Okay, that is producing as much as it can, really. Well, there we go. Now we're making £60,000 a week again. Since we're not building anything else. Just letting the private sector take over. So there is... Okay, the standard of living did decrease a lot. There's over 4 million radicals, but the radical numbers are dropping now. Not very quickly, mind you, but they are dropping. And we've got 18 million... or 18.6 million population. That is still going downwards by the looks of it. At least a little bit, but I think we can probably recover from that. How's the population in America? So we still got... Okay, we got less than 16.2 million. It's tricky. Once we get through this pandemic, maybe we can then fix some of the issues. We've got quite a bit of construction sectors, at least. Art and papers. I'll get a little bit more momentum for the Free Trade Party. Because the industrialists are still very influential. But it just might take a while. Oh, we've got 84.4% literary rate. It's not going to be quite 95% that we need for the achievement, although we didn't start from low enough either, so I don't think we'll actually reach there. Unfortunately, the GDP has dropped quite a lot right now due to the pandemic. And also, tech spread is now reduced thanks to the rule forecating us. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The flash freezing is going to be done in 10 to 15 weeks at least. And after that, we'll just keep on going a bit with the military and society and after that. Because we've still got a decent bit of text over here. The production after that is only going to be 4 more texts to spread. And the text spread will probably take care of that. Oh, there we go. Election. So National Civic Union is the largest one. Oh, with this government we already have 53. I guess we'll just keep this government then. So we could maybe try passing some laws. Let's go for the public health insurance, maybe. Industrialists would oppose that. Catholic Church would oppose that. But Catholic Church doesn't really matter. There's 18% chance. I'll take it. It might not happen, let's be honest, but we're going to give it a try. And then we're going to increase the investment on the health system. And thus reduce mortality even further. Standard of living, on the other hand, isn't all that great right now. And low market access. Is this because of... Hold on a minute, we can probably see it from here again. Due to low shipping lane effectiveness. Okay. And we got the convoys, but I suppose Britain might not. Oh, industrialists are no longer powerful. So, that is a whole lot of construction work going on by the private sector, and it's, well, it's reducing the investment pool quite a bit. Anti-mask league. No, we'll ignore the league for now. Industrialists are going to be a bit more upset about it, but it's just, we need to reduce the effectiveness of the flu. I mean, there's a whole lot of mortality still. Oh, 10 out of 15 do not have the flu pandemic mortality. Ah, okay. So we got the slowdown, but the mortality is disappearing, maybe. It's going to take a few more weeks. We'll see if we can actually get that benefit from there or not. Oh, the innovation. Oh. Why am I not getting that much innovation? Oh, because of the... No. With the tech spread. Maybe not all the universities are operating at full speed. That could be an issue. Or we lost some bonuses in there. Oh, it's got minus 10% throughput. Oh, is that because of the... Yeah, flu pandemic economic slowdown. Yeah, fair enough. Right, the radical numbers, we're hopefully starting to reduce that, but admittedly, the loyalists aren't really going upward either. So we're kind of in a double negative in here right now. It's not necessarily a plus. Oh, right, fertilizer plants. We could go for the nitrogen fixation process. It's going to require a bit more oil and sulfur. It's going to be a whole lot more fertilizer. Okay, Santiago, you can probably be exempted from that then. So flash freezing is about to be done. Here we are. So if we would then go, especially down here... Just have a look at the livestock ranches. So, refrigerated cars, that's going to require a bit more transportation. There's so much transportation available in here that's going to be quite easy. And same with the flash freezing for the cars, that's going to require a bit more electricity. But the electricity price, while it's a bit elevated, it's not too bad. We could probably go ahead and get one more power plant in here. It's going to cost us a little bit more on the construction cost, of course, but that's alright. Routing speech captivates the public. I will take the 15% success chance, so we've got 33% chance of passing, or getting to the next stage of the law. Oh, and compression ignition has started spreading. Oh. Compression ignition tractors available for the farms. And diesel engine for the motor industry. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. Could be quite handy. French flu spreads. The economic slowdown, the mortality is still 5% in there, but I suppose... There's a lot less areas now with that. There's 4 areas that still have the mortality. It seems like we are slowly at least getting through all of that. Well, there we go. The innovation has gone up. Oh, right, so we don't have the slowdown over here anymore. That's the case. We've only got 16 levels of electric industries in our capital. So the telephone price is actually not that bad. Let's have a look at the trade deals, or trade routes that we have. So all of these are still kind of profitable, although as opposed to glass, that's not really making that much. So we can reduce that one. We're trying to export a little bit of liquor, but that's honestly not making a huge revenue. Probably remove that one. We've got a whole lot of bureaucracy available, admittedly. Is there... let's have a look. Decision, pandemic response... oh, right, we can switch that one, I presume. So the private sector is building a lot. The new identity, we can't pass this one yet. Which one of these is not? Look at the culture. So, Homelands, you got 2. Alta Paraguay. Ah. We just need to make sure that we got this one sorted, but it's just a very small area there. How's the population? Mostly Guarani, Chilean, Palestinian. There's some Argentines in there. The total population is like only 30,000, admittedly. So, what are the options that we can do for that? Naval bases, barracks to 15 or higher. 25% of the population is Argentine. Universities level 5, government administration level 5, or urban center level 5. I don't think we can actually get that in here easily, at least. Like, the barracks is probably the one that we could kind of do, but there's not a lot of people in here. So it would be kind of a waste of points. Is the population increasing at least? It is, slowly. What are we doing on the taxes? Are still... no, those are 100 again. Okay. Never mind. So I do actually see that we are, in fact, out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if I haven't already. Also check out the links down below. Description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.